videos back to back. I did not really mean for the last one to be 14 minutes, but filming it back to back here so that I can, maintain. Let me just make sure no one else got traded. Okay, no. I'm filming these videos back to back just to make sure that I have a coherent thought of everything that I want to say. So assuming you watched and if you haven't, go watch the last video on Nets Republic. We talked about the Joe Harris thing, right? We already see the title of the video, so I don't really know why I'm hyping this up for you. You already know what we're talking about, and you're already mad at me, and you're already saying terrible things about me in the comments. But hear me out. Let me try to lighten the mood before we talk about the title of the video and why you are screaming at me in all caps down below in the comment section. Let me try to lighten the mood before I defend myself. Did you hear the one about the millionaires and the submarine? No? That's not gonna work? Okay. Hey, I bought that new AEW game. What? Fight Forever. The graphics are horrible, but, Jeff Hardy's in it. That's not working. He's still mad. Okay. I got this crazy circus story for you. I went to a circus the other day and shenanigans occurred. That's not working? No? You're still mad? Okay. Okay. So there's no way to defend myself. I'm just going to come out and say it. I think we should get Westbrook. I think we should sign Russell Westbrook. I think he's perfect for the team. I think he fits everything that we need. Yeah. The next various minutes are me defending my point. And hopefully you make it further than this point in the video to hear why it is that I want to do this. Now, I understand that Russell Westbrook currently isn't exactly viewed in the most positive of lights, and I get that. I saw what happened on the Lakers, I saw what happened with the Clippers and stuff like that. I get it, you know what I mean? I saw what happened in Washington. I get it. It's Russ, but think about this, right? Think about this. One, he's healthy, so that's a major feather in his cap. He's healthy. We'll take it. Two, okay, he would be on a team where he's surrounded with alleged shooters. Again, Joe Harris is gone, but where he's surrounded by alleged shooters in Claxton, right? And that is basically OKC Part 2. And I think if we have a point guard that is dynamic by literal definition, who's going to give his heart and soul on every play, offensively and defensively, allegedly, right? The grit and grind, New York, Brooklyn confused culture that they're trying to pass off, right, is going to be fulfilled. Team-wise, I think it makes sense because he is an attacking point guard who's going to go downhill. He's going to dunk the ball a lot, so that's going to be exciting. But he's technically a pass-first point guard that really doesn't have much of a jump shot to speak of. How that benefits us is the simple drive and kick action. Now, this is not an instance where and I'm not insulting him because I love him, but it's not an instance of a Alfred Payton, or it's not an instance in a Ben Simmons or something like that, where they're going to be afraid to score, so no one is going to collapse when they drive, right? That's Westbrook, right? If Westbrook is coming down the lane, people are going to try and attempt to stop him, right? So Westbrook just has to kick the ball out to, Cam Johnson, Cam Thomas, Mikal Bridges, right? Watanabe if he comes back, Royce O'Neal if he comes back, Patty Mills if he's still, for some reason, on the team, right? Or, he can treat Claxton like Steven Adams, or he can treat Claxton like Clint Capella, or fill in other larger player that thrives under the tutelage of a point guard like this. I think it is an excellent idea. And again, it's not like Westbrook is trash. He's just been in situations where it's not beneficial to him. And I feel like if you just give Westbrook the ball, let him be the primary decision maker, I feel like we'll be just fine. I think a lot of our issues is we have a point guard currently in Spencer Dinwiddie, who's kind of Dinwiddie, right? So those things go away, right? We're not going to have someone try to pull from half court because he's just feeling himself, right? Westbrook's going to go to the rim, and he will have a clear understanding of what he needs to do. And bro, if he, if he is the star off of name value, that's fine. It's not like he's cancerous like a Kyrie Irving where he's going to bring the vibes down. This is Westbrook. He's going to put the battery in the back of everyone else on the team, and I think it's going to be great. You surround Westbrook with shooters, defense, and, perimeter, fill in the blanks, buzzwords. I think it's a recipe for success. I think it's way better than trying to get Karl Anthony Towns, because what happens to Claxton? I think it's way better than trying to get a Donovan Mitchell, because what happens to Mikal Bridges? I think it's way better than trying to get a Darius Garland, because, we don't know how he's going to work if it is kind of understood that it's not his show. Now, I'm not saying he's better than Donovan Mitchell currently, but I'm saying right now I feel like he's sharing the spotlight with Donovan Mitchell. But like, if he comes to us, we don't know how he's going to operate in this type of environment. We know 100% if you take Russell Westbrook and add him to what we're doing right now, the team is guaranteed to do something amazing. And who knows, maybe that's the missing piece. Maybe if we had Westbrook running point in the series with Philly, maybe things would have gone better for us. I feel like offensively, that's the help you need next to Mikal. I feel like defensively, that's the type of intensity that you need in the locker room for people like Finney-Smith and Claxton and all these other individuals and such like that. I feel like that's the heart and soul that you need. That's that oomph. That's that something. That's what you were digging for with the Morris twin, right? That's what you were digging for when you were going for a James Johnson and something like that, right? That's the leadership intangibles that you were trying to get with a Jeff Green, right? You get all of that in Westbrook, who will be happy and thankful to be getting a second chance, who will dominate the East Coast, is pretty darn healthy, and has got something to prove. I think fit-wise, it's perfect. And he's a free agent. We don't have to trade for him. Just sign him. Just sign him. You just made room and got rid of Joe Harris. Go get Westbrook. Go get Westbrook. I think it is a stupendous idea. I mean, just imagine the games against the Knicks, right? Right. Julius Randle and them are putting on their Jonquel Jones impression and just fouling folks right and left with the elbows, right? You got Jalen Brunson hitting his cutesy little mid-range shots or whatever. Imagine if you had Westbrook. Westbrook would rather die than lose a game against a rival. And imagine when Kevin Durant comes to town with his gang of married men, and it's looking like he finna have Harden and Kyrie over there. And we got Westbrook out there? The storylines write themselves. And he's not going to disappear. He's going to take pride in the fact that he's got Brooklyn across his chest. I feel like Westbrook embodies the Brooklyn spirit. The very confused, gentrified spirit of Brooklyn, I feel like encapsulates Russell Westbrook. I would venture to say Brooklyn is the California of the East Coast. And I'm aware that Brooklyn is a city and California is a state, but you get what I'm trying to say. I think it is a wonderful fit. And while I'm not able to defend the multitude of reasons why this would be a horrible idea, I think the good outweighs the bad. I think that's way better than putting our faith in Damian Lillard. I think this is great. You've got a star that's basically been on what do they call it? Load management. He's basically been on load management for 3 years. So he's ready to go. Unleash him. Let him take out the remainder of his prime with us. Now, if it turns into a Jeremy Lin thing where like the second game he blows his knee out, then obviously we got to take that L. But I think it's worth it, especially because he's a free agent. And it's clear to me that we're not doing the sign D'Angelo Russell and Karis LeVert thing. We're not going to get the gang back together if we're shipping out the past. So if that is the case, I say go get Westbrook and let's do that. I think he is the missing piece. I think that is exactly what you need. And if you want an identity of intensity, look no further than Russell Westbrook. It's not fake tough guy stuff like a John Moran. You can don't shoot me. You can get a legitimate enforcer with Westbrook. I want that in our locker room. I want that. Sign me up for that. And if I'm wrong, It'll be a first. I say do it. I don't think any of you made it this far in the video. I think you have all left your trash talk down below. But if you did make it all the way to the end of this video, hopefully I convinced you that this was a good idea. Ooh, the comments gonna be rough on this one. I'll probably see you tomorrow because I think free agency starts tomorrow. So I'll see y'all then.